Hi everybody, it's Mr. Gray here. Thank you again for another really great week of school. Believe it or not, we're going to be into March next week, and we're rapidly approaching spring break and then the last part of the year. So things are going really fast. The second trimester ends next week, and so I think in a couple of weeks report cards come out. I know we have conferences coming up. So again, anytime you have anything to talk about, you can let me know. We can schedule a meeting anytime. Some announcements first. We have no school on Monday. The kids do not have school. All of the teachers in IUSD are meeting for some professional development on Monday at different high schools. And so I'll be at Irvine High School with a lot of the teachers here, and I know some of the teachers will be in different places. We are scheduled to have a mile run, the second mile run. The kids did incredible on our first mile run that we did this week, the best, average I've had of a class. And so it was great. So if your student came home, if they say they didn't pass, girls have to go under 12 minutes, boys have to go under 11 minutes. Nobody was very far off. So anyone who came home, if they say, I didn't make it, like they could have made it. People were just, like a few seconds, like 30 seconds off max. And that's a very manageable time to make up over the course of a mile. So we'll test again on Tuesday. Then also the Jogathon is on Friday. So bring running shoes on Tuesday, bring running shoes on Friday for that. Read Across America Day is Wednesday. We are doing a lot of work, and we have the Jogathon, we're doing the mile run, the trimester's ending. So on Wednesday, March 5th, we Read Across America Day. It's a perfect time to just take a day and kind of cool down a little bit. The kids will go to Science Lab in the morning, and then they will read all day that day. So it'll be really fun. The kids, it's a pajama day at school. The kids can bring books. They can bring a Kindle to read off of if they would like to. Of course, we have tons of books here, but they're just going to spend the day reading and having a great time. Spring conferences are coming up. There's links on the updates page as well as on the email that I sent to you. There's a community art contest that Mr. Shackelford sent out. And you have to submit it by March 28th. There's rules on the actual document that he sent out that I linked. And then my last couple of big things to tell you is that the Irvine Junior Games is coming up. It's not till Sunday, May 4th, but you have to sign up pretty soon. You can start signing up now. It's a fantastic event. You do not have to be the world's best at any event. There's running and throwing and shooting a basketball and kicking a soccer ball. That's not what it's for. It's just a great time to go be a part of our school and this big event of IUSD and just to try something new if you haven't. So I would encourage anyone to sign up. It's a great event. I participated 4th grade through 8th grade. It's a really good time. So please sign up. There's a link. The other thing I want to tell you is Guys Night for parents of boys is coming up on April 9th. I'm sure PTA will send out some information, but that is right after spring break. So that might be something you're kind of thinking about. Hopefully the boy and the dad or another trusted adult can come on that night. So if you can get your schedule ready for that on Wednesday, April 9th, that would be great. And then finally, we had a visitor. We had an on-site field trip today from the Printing Press Museum, which is comes from Torrance, California. They bring out a trailer. They do a whole thing about Benjamin Franklin and the printing press. It was fantastic, but there's a link on the email about the actual museum itself, and if you're looking for something to do on a weekend, that might be a great thing. Okay? Well, there's a lot of announcements, but otherwise, in reading, we're going to our next phase of historical fiction. The kids have finished with their book clubs, and they're transitioning to reading independently historical fiction, specifically American Revolution, and there are some World War II books that are the other options. So they're reading on their own and choosing a book on their own. They have one project to do, which is due in a couple weeks, which is that they have to make a reader's notebook page where they compare and contrast the book they are reading with another historical fiction book, either the one we read all together, the one I'm reading out loud, the one they read in their book club. So they're going to use the work they've already done to kind of compare and contrast those books, hopefully putting together the big ideas of what is in the genre of historical fiction, as well as learning about the American Revolution. I'll keep reading I Survived the American Revolution. And then in writing, the kids are work on their information books. We're going to transition now from doing a bunch of writing, trying to get as many sections down, as much information as I can get out and written down. We're transitioning from that to now working on the actual digital version that we're going to print out. The students will actually make a little booklet, and it makes like a normal book They have different, this one is a 12-page book. They have other options depending on how they set it up. So it takes a lot of work not only to type out the sections, to finish writing their sections, but also to plan out the actual book, to get multimedia pictures. They have to draw something in their book. So there's a lot of work to do. We'll be working on that for a couple weeks, but they'll be really neat books at the very end. In math, we're going to go back to conversions. We're going to work on conversions with mass and weight. And then also they're going to take everything we learned from conversions and work on some conversion word problems. We'll probably take a conversion quiz on Friday. In social studies, the kids are going to finish writing their own personal declarations of independence. The founders of the United States wrote a Declaration of Independence saying we're ready to set up our new nation, and we're trying to take some time not only to take that information that we've learned from reading the actual Declaration of Independence, but also to take a step up in our level of independence and responsibility and maturity as fifth graders. And so we're kind of combining those two ideas. The kids are writing their own personal Declaration of Independence that's focused on taking more responsibility over their own lives and saying, I'm ready for the extra responsibility. I'm ready for following people's expectations and also finding my own way in the world. And so it's a difficult balance to strike, but they're gonna write that. We'll finish writing it. We'll print it out on some vintage paper and wrap it up with a nice ribbon. It'll be really, really, really nice once we're all done with that. And sometime next week, hopefully, we'll go outside and read them out loud and declare our independence. The kids will have Science Lab with Mrs. DeMarco. They'll be working on finding out why the Mojave Desert is so dry. And then also we'll see our buddies. We're working on our chit chat number 3, which is the kids have to teach us something. We'll continue with physical fitness testing. At this point, we're just kind of finishing up a couple of things and maybe doing some makeups. And then we'll be into March already. So there's a lot going on. And as always, let me know if you have any questions. Congratulations on finishing the second trimester of 5th grade, and we'll be into the 3rd trimester next week, our last little big chunk of time together. We'll get to spring break in not a very long time, and then after spring break goes super fast. We're really, even though we have, a third of the year left, it's the fastest part of the year. So we're really excited to do that. We have a lot more fun things planned. So that's all for now. Hope everyone has a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.